Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Boache, and today I want to share some 7 truths about life that no one really talks about. At the end of this video, I know you get a lot of insight. The first truth about life is we work so hard to impress people, even when they are not watching. You see, at times, it's not so much about the new car or the new house we just bought. It's about the hope that someone will see whatever we've done and compliment us. You are wearing a new clothes, and anytime you go out, you are looking left, right, just because you want someone to acknowledge what you've done. You want someone to compliment you. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what is going on with so many of us. You see, validation is something that humans crave so much. So whatever we are doing in life is not independent of compliment. It is not independent of feedback from people. That is the first truth about life. So everyone, whether poor, whether rich, whether someone who is highly accomplished or whatsoever, each one of us is looking for some form of validation when we accomplish something. So other times people are not really looking at whatever we've done. But when we buy the new car and we are moving around, we want people to see it and be like, wow, this car is nice. It's part of the reason why we chase our dreams. We want validation from people. We judge our lives based on other people's highlight reels. So I remember one day my room was messed up. I was trying to clean up the room, and what I did was I took some break to just pick up my phone and look through social media, as we often do, looking through Facebook, finding out what is going on. And there's one video I saw. A particular man in Dubai has just casually walked into a Bugatti car shop, and what he did was he purchased 2 cars just casually. He was like, "How much does this cost?" They mentioned the price. How much does that cost? They mentioned the price, and he just took a bundle, gave it to them, and like, "I'm buying them casually." Now look, once you've seen that, you can't unsee it. That is going to mess up your day, especially if you are someone who is very competitive or someone who likes to compare your life a lot. Because what we don't really notice is what we see on social media is highlight reels. So people select events, people select whatever they want you to see, and unfortunately, we might be aware of that, but our lives are being lived in a form of competition. We are competing with whatever we are seeing on social media, so that the lady who is looking very beautiful is comparing her beauty to a different person on social media who looks extremely sculpted, like they are editing their body sizes and proportions to match a particular beauty standard. Sometimes you are going to make people laugh. Meanwhile, you'll be harboring some emotions that you can't share with anybody. There is this psychology fact that a lot of people who make people smile, people who make people laugh a lot, sometimes harbor very deep episodes of depression. And sometimes they are not the most happy people you can find. Because whenever you make people laugh, they think there's more coming from where it's coming from. They feel you are okay, you are actually in a good place in life. That is why you are making people laugh. But unfortunately, people are harboring sadness, people are harboring very painful emotions within them. But these people can make you laugh, these people can make you smile, make you have a good day. But that doesn't mean they are having the best moments in life. Other times they are feeling deep moments of sorrow. At times you can be surrounded by with people but feel so lonely. Most times it isn't about the number of people you have around. You can have plenty friends around, but it's about the connection and who understands you. So you can have a room of 1,000 people and only 2 people, or not even a single person understands you or really gets you. That is why connection is rare, because it's very difficult for you to find people who really get you or who really understand where you are coming from. That is why it is important to always make sure you are having close friends around, you are having people who really get you around, because That connection is rare. And in as much as you have the numbers, you have plenty people around you, doesn't mean you are okay. Sometimes you can have millions of people coming into your DMs, millions of people testing you, like people looking at your social media profile and all that, but you still feel lonely. That is one other truth about life. You can do everything right, and yet still you will fail or you will lose. So there is this thing that is going on with so many people. Like they tell you to work very hard in life, work smart and all that. But at times you work hard, you do all the right things you have to do, but still you fail. That is why you have to make room in your mind. You have to make room, space in your mind that if I fail, I'm going to get back and do it again. Because sometimes things don't just go the way you want them to go. No matter how you calculate things and no matter how you try to put things in order, things won't go the way you want them to go. You can ask any businessman around or any famous person around, you realize that there has been moments in their life when they have struggled with certain things. Even when they calculated things and they thought things are going to go a particular way, they didn't go that way. And they find themselves struggling through stuff like trying to pick themselves back again. So, ladies and gentlemen, things can't always go the way you want them to go because you've done things right. Sometimes, in spite of what you've done right, you are still going to fail. And in these moments, when you fail, you have to develop the courage, you have to have the positivity that things can always get back to where you want them to go. This one hits home, and it's really hard to handle. Is that at one point in time, you realize that no one is coming to save you. You see, growing up, we will always have parents around us telling us, we've got your back. Your friends will tell you they've got your back. And it gives you some kind of assurance that no matter where you find yourself in life, someone is around to save you. Someone is going to be a stepping stone or a shoulder for you to rest. But you know what? At one point in time, you realize that no one is coming to save you. And these are times when things will be hard. You be hitting rock bottom, and you be in situations where that are dire. Like you have to really pick yourself up. And at that point in time, you would have to master the courage to save yourself. The whole responsibility of you getting out of those humbling situations would be for you to pick up yourself. You'd have to pick up yourself, and it will solely be based on you. No one will be coming to save you. And when you reach that point, you realize that you have gotten into maturity and you will take life as your own and take responsibility for whatever you have to. And your whole life will be your own responsibility. And you take action and make sure that you are taking yourself out of whatever dungeon or whatever bottom or pit that you find yourself in. The last and most powerful truth about life is fame brings people, but family brings depth. So you see, most times it's very easy for you to see people trooping in, coming around you when you are famous or when you are someone who is very rich or successful. But the truth about life is the connections that we build from fame, from money, from status, they are often superficial, they are often surface level. What truly counts is the ties that we form through close knit families, loyal partners, and friends who have been with us even when we had nothing. You see, there are so many people who don't prioritize their families or their friends because they've become famous or they've become very successful. But today I want to tell you, if you've become successful, make sure you prioritize your family, your close knit friends, your loyal partners, your relationship. All these things are the most important. And it's very easy for you to lose track or for you to be tempted to respect your the kind of friends you get from fame. But ladies and gentlemen, Most of these friends or most of the people you get from fame are not going to cry, even when you lose your life. Sorry for my words. You see, those who are going to be hurt are the people that you might be tempted to not prioritize, because fame will require you to have some kind of boundaries. You be like, I've been with these people for a long time, so I have to distance myself from them. These are the new status. These are the new friends I've gotten from my riches, from my status, from whatever success I've gotten. So I have to prioritize them. It's very tempting. But ladies and gentlemen, one fact about life is the friends we get from status, from fame, and from money aren't actually loyal. And even if they are loyal to whatever status or whatever success that you've gotten. And the people who are really loyal to you are the family, the friends who knew you when you had nothing, and your relationship partner, those who are very loyal to you. Those are the most important people. And it's very important for you to always prioritize these people, even when you become successful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mo channel. My name is Boachi once again. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the notification button to get updates on future uploads. I'm so glad I brought you this information. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to tell me what you think in the comment section.